Question 1. In the jugular venous pressure (JVP) waveform, the A wave corresponds to A. Tricuspid valve bulging into right atria. B. Right atrial relaxation. C. Right atrial filling. D. Right atrial contraction. The correct answer is D. Right atrial contraction. Cause: it is directly caused by the contraction of the right atrium. During atrial systole, the right atrium contracts to push blood into the right ventricle. This increase in pressure within the right atrium is transmitted to the jugular veins, resulting in the A wave. Question 2. Which electrolyte abnormality will lead to cardiac arrhythmia in patient with severe vomiting? A. Hypokalemia. B. Hyponatremia. C. Hyperkalemia. D. Hypocalcemia. The answer is A. Hypokalemia. Severe vomiting can lead to significant potassium loss, resulting in hypokalemia. Hypokalemia disrupts the normal electrical activity of the heart, increasing the risk of cardiac arrhythmias. Question 3. A patient presents with high blood pressure accompanied by a decrease in heart rate. What is the most likely physiological mechanism responsible for this response? A. Stimulation of baroreceptors. B. Inhibition of baroreceptors. C. Basal-Gericht reflex, J reflex. D. Stimulation of chemoreceptors. Correct answer is D. Stimulation of chemoreceptors can lead to a decrease in heart rate, bradycardia, under specific circumstances. Chemoreceptors respond to changes in oxygen, carbon dioxide, and pH levels in the blood, typically causing changes in respiratory rate and sometimes heart rate. Question 4. Which of the following describes the chloride ion exchange in red blood cells, where bicarbonate ions are exchanged for chloride ions to maintain electrical neutrality? A. Haldane effect. B. Hamburger effect. C. Bohr effect. D. Chloride shift. Correct answer is B. Chloride shift, also known as the Hamburger effect, accurately describes the exchange of bicarbonate ions, HCO3, for chloride ions, Cl, across the red blood cell membrane. Question 5. Which of the following factors causes a rightward shift in the oxygen-hemoglobin dissociation curve? A. Increase in CO2. B. Increase in O2. C. Decrease in CO2. D. Decrease in temperature. The correct answer is A. Increase in CO2. Explanation. The Bohr effect, an increase in CO2 leads to a decrease in blood pH, becomes more acidic. This acidity reduces hemoglobin's affinity for oxygen, causing it to release oxygen more readily into the tissues. This shift is represented by a rightward shift in the oxygen-hemoglobin dissociation curve. Question 6. A 50-year-old patient presents with respiratory difficulty and a history of chronic smoking for last 30 years. Pulmonary function testing shows a decrease in FEV 1%. What is the most probable diagnosis? A. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. B. Pulmonary fibrosis. C. Interstitial lung disease. D. Tuberculosis. The most probable diagnosis is A. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. Explanation. Smoking history. A 30-year history of chronic smoking is a major risk factor for COPD. Respiratory difficulty. This is a common symptom of COPD. Decreased FEV1, forced expiratory volume in 1 second, is a measure of lung function. A decrease in FEV1 is a hallmark of COPD. Question 7. Which of the following changes occurs during muscle contraction while exercising? A. M length increase. B. A length decrease. C. I length decrease. D. M length increase and I decrease. The correct answer is C. Eye length decrease. During muscle contraction, the primary change is a decrease in the length of the eye band. Question 8. What is the mechanism of action of botulinum toxin? A. Inhibits acetylcholine reuptake. B. Inhibits acetylcholine release from the presynaptic terminal. C. Blocks the postsynaptic acetylcholine receptor. D. Inhibits acetylcholine esterase. The correct answer is B. Inhibits acetylcholine release from the presynaptic terminal. Explanation. Botulinum toxin works by cleaving specific proteins, snare proteins, essential for the fusion of synaptic vesicles with the presynaptic membrane. This prevents the release of acetylcholine at the neuromuscular junction, resulting in muscle paralysis. Question 9. Which segment of the nephron has the lowest osmolality under the influence of antidiuretic hormone, ADH? A. Early distal tubule. B. Descending limb of loop of Henle. C. Collecting duct. D. Late distal tubule. Correct answer is D. ADH and the late distal tubule. The late distal tubule is a key site of action for ADH. ADH increases the water permeability of the late distal tubule, allowing for significant water reabsorption. Question 10. A renal biopsy image is shown. Identify the cells marked in the histological section. A. Macula densa. B. Juxtaglomerular, JG, cells. C. Extraglomerular mesangial cell. D. Podocytes. The cells marked in the histological section are extraglomerular mesangial cells, option C. Explanation. Location. Extraglomerular mesangial cells are situated in the triangular space formed by the afferent arteriole, efferent arteriole, and the distal convoluted tubule. This region is known as the juxtaglomerular apparatus. Appearance. They appear as small, round cells with a prominent nucleus. Correct answer, A. Extracellular fluid, ECF, is more than intracellular fluid, ICF. Infants have more ECF, making them more prone to dehydration. Question 11. A hypertensive patient's lab results reveal hypernatremia, hypokalemia, and metabolic alkalosis. What is the most probable diagnosis? A. Addison's disease. B. Conn's syndrome. C. Bartter syndrome. D. Geitelman syndrome, GS. Correct answer, B. Conn's syndrome. Explanation. Conn's syndrome, primary hyperaldosteronism, is characterized by hypernatremia, hypokalemia, metabolic alkalosis. Question 12. During spermatogenesis, which of the following hormones inhibits follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH, secretion? A. Testosterone. B. Inhibin. C. Luteinizing hormone, LH. D. Androgen. Correct answer, B. Inhibin. Explanation. Inhibin, produced by Sertoli cells in the testes, specifically inhibits the secretion of follicle-stimulating hormone, FSH, from the anterior pituitary. This regulation helps control spermatogenesis. Question 13. Dehydration is more severe in infants compared to adults. Which of the following is a true statement about infants? A. Extracellular fluid, ECF, is more than intracellular fluid, ICF. B. Intracellular fluid, ICF, is more than extracellular fluid, ECF. C. Total body water in infants is more than in adults. D. Extracellular fluid equals intracellular fluid total body water, TBW, body were total body intracellular fluid, ICF, 6. Correct answer, A. Extracellular fluid, ECF, is more than intracellular fluid, ICF. Infants have more ECF, making them more prone to dehydration.